Do you want to create your very own e-commerce website using Wix? Then this video right here is a video you want to watch. Throughout this video, I'll be showing you everything you need to know in order to get started with Wix, setting up your website, adding your product, adding your domain name, setting up your packages, everything you need to know before you get started with the Wix platform. So by watching this video throughout, watching the whole video throughout, you'll have your very own e-commerce website live by the end of this video. But with that being said, let's just get into the tutorial and hopefully you guys do enjoy. Okay, so the very first thing you want to do is just make sure you head over and click the top link in the video description. That will take you to this page right here. If you already have a Wix account, just log into your Wix account. But if you don't have a Wix account already, just click the link and you'll land on this page right here. Then just enter your email and click get started now. I already have my own Wix account, so I will just log into my account. But after this step, we'll basically be on the same step. So just make sure you head over to the website and then we'll get started. Once you're signed up, you will come to this page right here. It will ask you if you want to use Wix or the Editor X. For this tutorial, we're going to use Wix. Editor X is a bit more complicated and I wouldn't necessarily recommend it if you're not too tech savvy, but otherwise I would recommend you to go ahead and use Wix directly. So that's what we're going to do. So just go ahead and click Wix. Once we have clicked Wix, we'll get to this stage right here. What kind of website are you creating? We don't really have to answer this data. We can just click the skip button down here. So that's what I'm going to do. Then you want to enter the name of your website. So for this one, let's say we are doing a coffee, what's our name of our business? It's Coffee 123. That's the name of our business. Great idea. All right, I'll just go ahead and click next. You can also click skip if you want to. So next we want to select what features we want on our website. So a live chat, I wouldn't necessarily recommend for our online store, but if you want live chat for your online store, then go ahead and click chat. But for ours, I'm just going to go ahead and click online store and that's pretty much it. And if you want anything else in here, you can just go ahead and click it and then Wix will add it automatically to your website. But you can also add it yourself later on. So you don't have to really worry about it right now. But online store and then just next again. Okay, now we are in this step right here. So we can go to our dashboard or we can begin with a template. So we are obviously want to start with a template right here. So we're just going to click begin with a template right away. Now, once we're on this step, we actually get to pick the template or the theme that we want to use for our website. And there are a bunch of different themes using Wix. They have a lot of premium themes, a lot of ones which are actually really good looking. And if you're doing an e-commerce store, I will obviously recommend you to go under the online store category, but you can also pick any other template you want, and then you can just add the e-commerce features on top of that website. So let's say you really like this template right here, which isn't really built to be an e-commerce website, but you can make it into one. So that's what kind of Wix allows you to do. So don't feel like you're constrained to all the themes related to e-commerce. You can go ahead and pick whatever you want right here. But just to make it easy for us, I'm just going to go ahead and click on store. You can also sort it by category straight away. Actually, food and drinks is really relevant to us. Let's see if we can go to food and drinks, and we are. So we have our food and drink templates right here. And we can just go ahead and pick something that we think looks good. And look at this. So we have something related to coffee. So that's obviously going to be great. We don't really have to make any major changes to our website. We can still kind of customize the colors and the theme of the website and the fonts. But this is going to be a great start for our coffee business. So if I want to preview this before I start using it, I can just click on view. And this will kind of give us a preview of how this website would look like. Obviously, everything on here we can change. But this is going to be a great start for our business. Let's see here. We can also select some of the different colors. So if you want to try different color schemes, you can try them as well. I like the original one. It has colors and the overall feel of the website feels like it really fits a coffee brand. So I'm just going to go ahead and use those. But remember, if you have any other colors you want to use, you can also add them here as well. But I'm happy with this design, so I'm just going to go ahead and click on use this template up in the corner, and that will open up another tab. So now we're loading up the Wix editor right here. So now we loaded up the Wix editor. It might take a while, and this is how it looks like. So from the start, it might seem like there's a lot of things going on, and I usually mention this, but we have to keep in mind that we have to kind of get used to all the features and all the settings and all the things we can do in Wix. So don't feel like you're like scared of using Wix, because you might be at the beginning. But it kind of gives us a quick overview of what we have here on the side. So we have add element. So adding text boxes, adding icons, adding anything you want to your website is going to be under this button right here. Adding sections, that's going to add a section on your website. It's kind of hard to explain, but let's say this image right here is a section, and then you can add elements on top of that specific section. Kind of makes it easier to structure your website. Not maybe the best explanation, but we'll go with that. Pages and menus, this is going to be where you can find all of the pages that you have on your website and also the menus that you have on your website. So on our website, we have a menu, for example, up here in the header or the top of the website. We have a quick menu that we can kind of sort through. And if we want to change that menu, we can do it through here. Site design, it's going to go back to what we talked about before with all the colors and the fonts of your website. So if you want to change those, you can do it right here. Adding apps, I always say this, but it's such a good example. It's like the App Store to your phone. You can add more features to your phone if you go to the App Store and download an app which has specific features. Same thing goes for Wix. There's an App Store where you can add different plugins which you can install to your website to add specific features. So if you want something that can help you with retargeting or anything with advertising or something with connecting Instagram to your website, this is where you'll find all those apps. My Business is just going to be your general business setting. So if you want to change your business address or your payment methods or whatever it is, it will be right here. Media, obviously, where you have either free images from Wix. They have a bunch of free images, really high quality images, which you can use. This image right here, for example, we're probably allowed to use this image, or we are allowed to use this image. Obviously, I probably want to use my own coffee pictures. My product is not going to look like this. So it wouldn't really make sense to use their pictures when it comes to products. But if you have a stock image you want to use of someone doing something or whatever it is, they have those images. But you can also use your own images if you want to. Content Manager is going to be more about just the content, overall content of your website. Normally this is more about blog posts. If you're running a blog, perhaps you have an e-commerce website with a blog, which is usually common these days as well. But those are the basics that we have here on the side. We also have one button up here, which allows us to switch from the desktop view to the mobile view. So this is how our website is going to look on mobile. So you can always switch between those just to make sure that your website also looks great on mobile as well. But going back to desktop, we can go ahead and start. So this is how our website looks like. We can hover over everything here that we have, so we can see add section. So this kind of helps with the explanation that I was doing. This is one of the sections that we have on the website. Let's say we wanted to move this whole section up. We can just move the whole section at once. Instead of adding individual elements, it's going to be really hard to make those changes. But now see how easy it was just to kind of change the structure of the website with one single click. But obviously this doesn't look good, so I'm just going to move it back. So we're back to the original layout. Now I'm just going to quickly run through how to change some of the more design elements and stuff on your website. Then we're going to jump over to the e-commerce settings, which are going to be the main part of this video. But if you want to learn more about the design part, I do have some more content on the YouTube channel as well, so you can check those out. But let's say we wanted to change some of the content here on the website. We can just go ahead and do a quick edit right here. So we have a title here at the top, monthly roasted coffee subscriptions. If I wanted to change that title, I can just go in here and I can change it to something else. We can do yearly roasted coffee subscriptions, and you can change the text to whatever you want. You can make it not bold, you can make it bold, italic, underline, all the settings you can think of, you have them right here. You also have the settings for the button right here. So the button that we have here, if we wanted to change what that button says, perhaps shop now or buy now or purchase now, you can change to whatever you want to. And you can also change where this button is linking to. Basically, where people will be taken to once they click the button. So if we wanted to change that, we can just click on the link icon here. And we can see that we have a bunch of different options. So we can either link to a page directly. So this is going to be all the pages that we have on our website. So you can choose one here if you want to link on to one of your own pages. We can also link to another website. So we can just paste the address here if you wanted to link to another website. We can link to a section or an anchor. So this is let's say we select here. So we are on the home page. We have the welcome section, which is the top section right here. Then we have instructions, which is going to be this one, how it works. And then we have some other ones here at the bottom. So let's say we wanted people to go to the About Us section. Once they click the button, we would just select the section About here. And once someone clicks this button, they will just be scrolled down on the website down to that section of the website. And that is great if you have specific areas or specific sections that you want users to go to once they click the button. Then we also have top and the bottom of the page. So obviously it's fairly straightforward. Once they click the button, they will either go to the top of the website or the bottom of the website. You also have documents. So if you want someone to download a document once they click the button, you also have that option here. You have email. So if you wanted them to send you an email, you can just add your email here. And once they click the button, that will just open up their email service either on their phone or on their computer. And then they can send an email directly to you. Phone number, same thing. Once they click the button, they will just call you straight away once they click. And Lightbox is kind of like a pop-up window. So if you wanted to have a specific button just for a pop-up window with discounts or adding people's email addresses or whatever it is, you can also create one here and then just have that Lightbox open once they click on the button as well. We'll just go back to the original settings. We had page, I think it was linking to subscriptions, and I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to go ahead and click done. And that's it. We also have the background image right here. Also straightforward. We can just go ahead and click change right here. And then we already have some backgrounds from Wix. But if we wanted to add some other images, we can just go to images. Or if you wanted this banner just to be a specific color, you can also change it to that. Or if you wanted to have a video background, you can also add a video here. Now, I'm not going to look through all the images here. I'll just show you some examples of images you can get from Wix for free. So if you go on here and then we just search for coffee in this example, see we have a bunch of different images we can use, and all of these are for free. So you have a bunch of different images to choose from, but you obviously probably want to use your own images just to make it easier for you. But that just kind of to give you an idea of what you can do with Wix. Cool. So going back, we don't really have anything else we want to change here, but we have the layout settings as well. So under the layout settings, we have a bunch of different pre-made layouts that we can actually switch to. So let's say we wanted to change to this layout here. We can just click it and that will change it. Obviously that looks awful. Going back, we have another one. This probably fits a lot better if you have a video. We also have this one right here. I think that one actually doesn't look that bad. And we have some other ones. So here you can kind of just look through and pick whatever preference you have. And once you made those changes, all of them will be basically live on the website. Cool, but that's gonna be it in terms of design. I think you kind of understand at this point how to change things. Same things go for the next section. If I wanted to change the settings of that section, I just go to quick edit and change those things I want to change. If you want to delete a section, you can just right click and delete. So you'll delete the whole section. It's very, very straightforward. So I think you can kind of figure those things out by yourself. But if you want more support, you can also watch my other videos. So jumping over to the more e-commerce settings, what we want to do is just head over to our e-commerce pages. We have shop and subscriptions. So if you go to shop right here, we can, as same as before, we can change the design here if you want to change the layout. We can change whatever we want. But if we wanted to change our settings right here, we can manage our products. We can also go to the settings straight away, and that will kind of change the settings of how this looks like. But what we'll do is just click on manage products right here. So this will take us to all the products that we have on our website. So as you can see, we have a bunch of different products on the website, just example products to give you an idea of how to set them up. But what we'll do, we'll actually just go ahead and add our own product. So we can click on new product right here. We can either do a physical product or you can sell a digital product. If you're selling, I don't know, images or paintings, like digital paintings, whatever you're selling, you can sell either digital or physical. So let's just go ahead and do a physical product as we're selling coffee right here. And once we are in these settings, you can see we have a title at the top. So this is going to be the name of the product. We can call this Coffee V2. We can also add images and videos of our product. So if you wanted to add images, we can just click on images here, and then we can see if we can have any cool looking images of coffee that might be relevant. Actually, let's go over to media from Wix, and then we do coffee again. Let's see if there's anything like a product image that would look great on a website. I think it might be really hard to. Let's see what we got. Okay, perfect. So we got some coffee, instant coffee right here. Perfect. Or we can do this one, it looks better. So I click that image. Obviously you want to upload your own images here, but you can just click upload media right here. So it's very straightforward. I'll just use this image for now. So I'm gonna add that to the page. Cool, so now we have a product image. If we wanted to add more product images, we can just do it right here. So we can add more images or videos or anything else that you wanted to add to this specific product. Jumping down, we have the name of the product again. So Coffee V2. We can add a ribbon right here. So as they give the example right here, new arrival. We can do best seller or best taste, or perhaps you can do like the origin of the coffee. So this could be like African coffee, Colombian coffee, whatever you want. Depends on what type of business you have and what type of products you're selling. But that just kind of gives you an idea what you can do. So let's say African beans. Cool. Jumping down, we have the description of our product. So here it's just really about explaining what your product is, what it does. I would recommend you to kind of make it in a way that fits your brand, like describe your product that fits your brand, but you probably already know this. So just describe the details about the product, how it tastes like in this example, the aromas, anything else that might be interesting to the customer, because you want to add as much information, not necessarily as much information, but you want to add the right information that the customer wants to know. So they have their questions answered, so they feel ready to make a purchase because they already know what they're getting. So yeah, in here you can just type whatever you want to, and then you can also change the settings. So you can have, let's say this is kind of like the title, so we can make this bold, and then right here we would have like text like that. Then if I wanted to, let's say, link this section here, let's try this other product. Let's say I do it like this. So within your description, you can link to other products as well. So if you wanted to say like, okay, if you prefer Colombian coffee, I don't know where you would mention it in the product description, but if you wanted to, you could. So you can link right here to a page or another website as well. Maybe you got like, our product got 5 stars from the Wall Street Journal. You could link it here to that article from the Wall Street Journal, for example. You can also change the colors here. So if you wanted to change like the color of this link that I just mentioned, we can just change it to, I don't know, green like that. We can also change the background color. We'll do it on the same one, maybe black. Cool, doesn't look that great, but you kind of get the idea. You can add bullet points. So best coffee. Let's make that into a bullet point by clicking this button here. African blend, I don't know, whatever else you want to add in here. High caffeine. You can just go on and go on and go on. So you can add whatever you want in here. So that's really cool. Once you're done with the description, you can add additional info sections. So this is going to be a great feature to have if you are selling perhaps clothes. You can add a section like the model. So you can do like model size. So you can be like, the model is wearing size M and is 2 meters tall, something like that, right? Or you can also do like shipping information in here. So you can be like, we ship our products within 24 hours of purchase, or you can do like something about sustainability maybe. So how the company is focusing on sustainability. And all those things, or all those info sections that you add, will kind of be like drop downs on the product page. I'm sure you've seen this on other websites or e-commerce websites as well, where you kind of have that additional info section which doesn't necessarily have to be related to the product, but it can be related to the product, where customers can get additional information that might be relevant, such as shipping or sustainability, or how you treat your employees, or whatever it could be. You can add it in here. And then you have some additional settings where you can add tables, for example. We can do an example here. So let's say we add a table 3 by 3 like that, and then we can do, I have no idea what to put in here. Price, I don't know, we could do something in here with €5, and then we'll do 15, and then we can do something else on this one. So you kind of get the idea of what you can create here. It could be a size chart, for example. So if you're selling clothes, it could be a size chart. So yeah, as you can see, you can kind of figure things out as you go. And you might want to make these headings bold. But that's pretty much it for that info section. I'll just add it so we can have a look at it later once this product goes live. Going down, we have the price of the product. As you can see, I have my currency set to Swedish SEK, but this will be based on where you registered your store. So if you're based in the US, it will just automatically will be set to USD. If you're in Canada, it will be set to Canadian dollars, and so forth. But if you, for example, are in a different country, but you want to charge your customers in USD or Canadian dollars, you can just go into the store settings, which we'll go through later, where you can change what currency you want to charge your customers in. But for this, I'll just charge 50 Swedish SEK for this. We can also make this product on sale. So we can do 10% off. So that would mean that our sale price would be 45. We can also do a SEK discount. So let's say it's 5 SEK off. That would mean that the sale price on the website the customers see is 45. But we're not going to do a sale here, so I'll just remove it. Then you can also do show price per unit, where you can basically add the gram of the product. Let's say it's, what do Americans use? I forgot. Do they use gram? Do you use kilo? No, you don't use kilo. But it's set to my Swedish settings as well, so keep that in mind. Let's say this coffee is 1 kilo right here. Base unit, I can do 1 kilo as well. So that would mean that you're paying 50 SEK per kilo of coffee. You can set the weight of the product more relevant to, goods with weight. What could that be? Edible products, drinks, coffee is really relevant. So they can kind of get an idea of what they're paying per kilo, similar to what you see in grocery stores and whatnot. Going down, we have the cost of goods. You don't have to add the cost of goods. Thanks. Okay. We don't have to add cost of goods right here, but if you wanted to, it will just automatically calculate your profit margin for you. So let's say this product costs us 20 SEK to produce. That gives us a 30 SEK profit and gives us a 60% profit margin. Going down, we also have custom text. So this is more if you have personalized items, perhaps you're selling necklaces with name engravings or other things like t-shirts with their own design on top of the t-shirt. You can add custom fields that customers have to answer before they place the order. So that way it makes it easier for you to get that information if you're selling customized products. Going down, we have product options. We can add different options to our products. If you're selling clothes, it would be different sizes or different colors. For this product that we're selling, as I'm just doing like one type of coffee, and then I can add another type of coffee on the website. I don't necessarily have different flavors here, but what I could do is add sizes. So let's say we sell, would you call it size? Maybe. So maybe we can do like 1 kilo, 2 kilo, and 3 kilo. And then we can just go ahead and add it like that. And now we have the option. So once customers go on this page, they can pick what size of the coffee they want to order. Now we can also add the pricing here. So if the price, which in this case obviously would be different, but if you're selling different colors, probably different colors of clothes, it will be the same price. But in this example, you're ordering more coffee by the different options. So that means that the first one would be 50 because that's what you're paying per kilo. The second one would have 50 extra, so that would be 100. And then the third one would also be, would be 100, it's 150. But here you could also do, okay, if you're buying 3 kilos, maybe you get a discount. So it could be, I don't know, 70, so 120. And this one may be 30 right here, so 80. So that kind of incentivizes people to buy the bigger packages as well. Then you have some additional options. So cost of goods, you can obviously add the cost of goods here again if you wanted to. You can have SKU here as well, kind of just to help you internally keep track of your different type of products. You can make it in stock or out of stock, and then you can also add the shipping weight of the different options that we have here, or variants. One final thing I wanted to mention here, you can also track your inventory. So using this setting here, we added the additional settings of the inventory. So instead of going manually into each individual product and changing it from in stock to out of stock, you can just track inventory and then add, let's say we have 500 of that one, we have 100 of that one, and then we have 50 of that one. And then once a customer purchases one of these products, it will just automatically go down by one. And then once you reach zero in stock, the product will just be out of stock automatically, and then you can manually go in and change it once you have new products coming in. That's going to be it right here. So we're going to just go ahead and click apply. There's something I wanted to mention as well, which I didn't mention already. We can connect images right here. So if you're selling t-shirts in different colors or whatever else, you can connect the images to those specific variants. So once you select 2 kilo, for example, in this example, the image of the product on the page that customer sees would change to perhaps a picture of 2 coffee packages, so you can kind of see that you will get more coffee. And once they click 3 kilo, maybe that would be 3 different packages. So that kind of visualizes for the customer what option they have selected, and also helps them understand what color do you mean by I don't know, let's say you have a weird color, kind of like Apple does, like space gray. Like, what do you mean by space gray? Show me an image what it looks like. So that would kind of help customers along the way. We're not going to add it right here, so I'm just going to click cancel, but that's a cool setting to have, so keep that in mind. Moving down, we finally have pre-orders, so we can click pre-order right here. So if you're doing pre-orders of your products, you can add it here. I'm not going to go too much into detail, but you can add a pre-order message right here. And then you can add the limit as well. So maybe customers only allowed to order 10 of this. So we can add it right here. But obviously I'm going to remove this because we want to see how the product looks like once we visit the website. Finally, we have subscriptions as well. So if you wanted to add subscriptions, you can do it here. Name of the subscription, so coffee of the month. You can add a tagline. You can do repeats, so we can have week, expires, 2 billing cycles, 3 billing cycles, never expires. You can have discounts, so the type of discount you get by subscribing to this coffee instead of just purchasing the product directly. This is very normal for coffee brands to do because they want a reoccurring revenue. But yeah, keep that in mind. You have the settings here. Cool. I think we are pretty much done for this product showcase. At the top again, we have show in online store. If you remove this, the product will not show up in the online store. So make sure it is show in online store once you want the product to be actually visible within the website. Moving down, we have categories, so single, origins, and blends. That is very very relevant for us as we're using a theme that is related to our niche, so coffee. But if you added a theme which is not necessarily relevant to your type of business, these categories might look totally different. So you can create your own categories, and you can also remove the original categories. So if you wanted to add a new one, we can just do it right here. We can just do test, and then we can apply. So if I wanted to add it to the test category, we could do it here. Moving down again, we can create a coupon. So this is just a general marketing settings. It's not necessarily about this product. So I'm just going to skip that setting for now. And then fulfilled by is going to be self-fulfilled. And then brand, you can type a brand in here. So if you're selling, perhaps you're a retailer selling other types of brands, you can add it here. So perhaps this is Nestle coffee. I can just do Nestle, so we can add it to the website. Cool. And then that is pretty much it for the settings. So once we are happy with the settings of the product, we can just go ahead and click save. Perfect. And now, if we wanted to preview this product, which I kind of want to do, we're just going to go ahead and have a quick look at the website. So I'm just going to cancel or close that, click on publish, and then we can click on view site right here. That will open up the website, how it looks like. You can still see that we have the ad for Wix here at the top. That will be removed once we purchase a subscription with Wix, which we'll go through as well. But we want to see the product, so it should be under shop. So we can go ahead and go to the shop section. And as you can see, we have the product right here. It doesn't really fit in with the other images, but you would obviously have your own images here, so it would look great. I really like these other images, so those look a lot better. But yeah, let's go to our product right here. We can see that we have the little highlight here at the top with African beans. We also have the name of the product that we added. We have the price of the product, and we also have the price that you're paying per kilo, which these other products doesn't have. So if you don't like the look of it, you can remove it, but I think it's pretty cool to have, especially if you're selling coffee. Then going to the product page directly, this is how it would look like. You can also open up the image in a bigger window so you can have a closer look in how it looks. Then we can close that now. Then we have the size options that we added, so 1 kilo, 2 kilo, and 3 kilo. Then we also have the shipping settings that we added, so the additional information window, so this can be closed down, and you can add multiple of those, so that will be just stacked right here. Then we have the product description that we added. Obviously it doesn't look great, but that's how it looks. And then we have related products, so other products that we have on the website. Usually the related product section is just taken from products within the same category on your website. So all the products that have the same category that we're using for this specific product. And that's pretty much it for the product page right here. Next up, we're gonna set up the payment methods and all the other general settings for our e-commerce website. So let's just go back to the Wix editor again. And then what we want to do here is actually go to My Business on this side, as we went through before. Some things that Wix is recommending us to complete. So we have defined shipping regions, obviously where we're shipping products, how much the cost of shipping is. We wanna make sure we set that up. And also connect payment method. So if we go to define shipping regions, we can just click on setup shipping here. That will take us to this page here. So what we do have already is domestic shipping. So this depends where you set up your store again. I have domestic for Sweden, and then we have international, and both of these options are free. So let's say I only wanted to offer free shipping within my domestic country, or my own country. So in your case, it can be whatever you want. And then for international, you might have to pay, let's say, $5. How do I go about doing that? Well, all you have to do is essentially just go to the international option. In this case, go ahead and click on edit. We have the rest of the world. So that will basically be all other countries except for my own. And then we have either free shipping, flat rate, rate by weight, rate by price, or rate by product. Rate by weight, I wouldn't necessarily recommend unless you're selling really heavy products, because this will be really complicated for you to set up, because you will have to add all the individual weights of all the individual products. Obviously, if you don't have that many products, it might be a lot easier. But yeah, this will just automatically calculate the price of the shipping based on the weight of the individual products that the customer selects in their cart on the website. I usually go for a flat rate. It is as simple as it sounds like. It's just a single price that the customer is paying. So we'll just go with that. So for the shipping option name, we can call it whatever we want. Perhaps this will be DHL shipping. So we can call it DHL shipping. Then we can add a estimated delivery time. So we can do 3 to 5. Let me change my settings here. So let's go back to Swedish. 3 to 5 days right here. And then we can add the cost of the shipping. So let's say it's 50 SEK. They can also offer free shipping when customer buys over a certain amount. So let's say if you buy over 1500 SEK, you will get free shipping on the website. You can also add another shipping option. So if someone wanted fast shipping, you can add a fast shipping option here. And let's say that one is 1 to 2 days. And let's say that this shipping method is 150. Now it's up to the customer. There is a way to get the package a lot faster, but it's up to the customer to decide whether or not they want to have the faster option or not. Same goes here. If you want to add a faster option for customer shipping over or shopping for certain amounts over, let's say 5,000, you can add it here as well. And that is pretty much it for that section. So add a handling fee to every order. So now we're really annoying our customer here, adding all these fees. But let's say you have a handling fee, I don't know, 5 SEK, let's say. You can add a handling fee here as well. Local delivery, you can add that as well, but you will obviously have to do this within your region. So this is for the international option, it's not going to work. You can also do pickup. So if you wanted, or if you do have the option to pick up your products from your local store, or perhaps you have some kind of warehouse which people can get to, you can have that option as well, so they don't have to pay for shipping. So if that's something you do, you can add your pickup location, and then they can select, okay, I want to pick it up at this location instead of having it sent to me. So that's also a great option to have, specifically if you're just a local store and you have a lot of local customers who might be buying your coffee. So if you're a roastery, for example. But that's pretty much it for the settings here. So what we'll do is just go ahead and click save. That's going to be it for our shipping details. Next up, Wix also is recommending us a lot of more things here to do. But we want to look at a payment method. That's going to be the final thing that we want to change here for our e-commerce settings. So very straightforward. So we're just going to go ahead and click on payment methods, and that will open up the page right here. Now all the payment methods, as it said right there, is going to be customized based on where you're from. So Klarna, for example, is really popular within Sweden. So a lot of customers tend to shop with that option. Also PayPal and Stripe. So depending on what country you're in, you'll have different payment options available here, and most of them will be suitable for your country depending on your type of customers. So if you're in the US, I would like to imagine that they have like Amazon Pay in here and some other options which is more like related to your region. But yeah, let's say we wanted to set up for Stripe right here. It's very straightforward. All we have to do is just click on the connect button here, then click connect to sign into your Stripe account. So down here, connect. And you have to create your own Stripe account under your business name, and then you just connect it directly to Wix. It's a very straightforward process. As you can see, you have the guide right here, and they also have more information if you want to learn more, but it's very straightforward. Just click the button connect here. I don't want to set up a Stripe account for this coffee V2 business, but if I wanted to, it's very straightforward. Just click on connect, and once you've done that, you have set up your payment option. Now going back, once you've added Stripe or whatever other payment method you've added to your website, you can also add other payment methods, which is great to have, specifically because customers tend to prefer different payment methods, and you want it to be as easy as possible for them to shop on your website. So let's say you always shop with PayPal and the website you're planning to buy from doesn't have PayPal, that might turn customers away. So adding not all different payment options, but at least the most popular ones will help you increase your conversion rate on your website, because it will be easier for customers to shop. Once you're done setting up your payment methods, we can go back to our general settings of our store. So by just clicking settings here on the side, we have e-commerce setting, we have tax, shipping and fulfillment, and all these other settings that we want to make sure we go through. We're not going to go through all of them because a lot of them are very straightforward, but going into language and region real quick. If you want your site to be in a different language, you can change it here. So there's all these different languages you can change it to. You can also change the region format. So here we have it set to Sweden, but if you want to change it somewhere else, you can. You have the currency of your website, as I mentioned. So even though I'm in Sweden, I can still charge my customers in USD right here. So US dollar, got it. And then I can also change the time zone of the store here as well. Once those settings are done, we can just go ahead and click save. Go back to our settings again by clicking this button here at the top. We have e-commerce settings, so we're just gonna go over to those as well. So in the e-commerce settings, we have automatically create invoices for every new order paid online. If you want that to happen, just select that right here. You can also update store inventory only after an order is paid, when an order is placed. I would do when an order is paid, because then you kind of know that that specific product is actually going to be shipped out and sent to the customer. But obviously it's up to your preference. Minimum order total, so you can do a minimum order. We only want customers to order minimum of $100. That seems really high, but if you want to add a minimum total, you can do it here. Checkout policies, you can have terms and conditions, which you obviously want, privacy policy, return policy, digital item policy. We're not selling digital items, but if you do, you can add it here, and contact us. All right, so this will be the address and everything of our business that we can add in here. Now for the terms and conditions, the privacy policy and the return policy and everything else in here, just make sure you can use like a generator online, but you want to make sure it's customized to your business. So make sure you have a look through these, specifically if you're a bigger business, or like a medium-sized business. This is going to be really important, especially for like customers to understand, okay, can I return the product? Can I return a used product? Can I return my coffee even though I opened it and tried it? Like, let's say I don't like the coffee, can I still return the product? All of those things should be in here. So just to protect yourself and to protect the customer, and also show to the customer that you have some sort of policy behind your business. Moving on, we have item price settings. So here we can add display tax info, so sales tax included if you wanted to. We can do display shipping and delivery info down here. So we can do free shipping, for example. But we're going to remove it right here. And we can also add a price range. So it's going to be from. So if you have, let's say, for the coffee product that we created, we added 3 different options with 3 different sizes of the product. You can add from, because that would make sense, because the product starts at 50 SEK that we added and goes up to, I can't recall, $120 for the largest package of coffee. So that's a cool thing to have as well. Then we have customize your checkout, so you can require your customers to add a company name. Perhaps you're only selling to business customers. You can make this a mandatory field, or you can leave it unmandatory, but if you still want to keep company name, because perhaps a lot of your customers are still from companies, but you also have a lot of people buying your products as well. This is a good option to have. If you want a second address line, you can add it as well. You can add a phone number. Usually I want to keep this mandatory because that helps with shipping options. Usually most shipping companies these days send information to the recipient through text. So usually phone number is great, but depends on your preference. Additional info, if you want to, you can add a custom field here. You can do it mandatory. And we have subscription checkout. So if you want to your customers to subscribe to your SMS and email list at checkout, you can add it here. You can make it check by default or not. Policy agreement checkout. So basically they have to agree that they have to click that they agree to the policy. So if you want to have that, usually it's mandatory. You can also enable gift cards in your checkout as well, so you can add gift cards to your website. As you can see here on the side, you can go to gift cards, and you can add your own gift cards that customers can buy as well. Moving down, email notifications. This is just going to be all the different emails that customers get, either when they place an order or when their order is shipped. So in here you can change the look of these images or these emails. So we can have a preview on how our order confirmation email looks like by clicking preview. So this is how the email looks like. It doesn't look that great. Probably in here you want to add your logo here at the top. I think everything else looks okay. Perhaps I would change something else. But as you can see, a lot of the information in here would look a lot better once you also have a custom domain, for example. But if you wanted to change the look of these emails, you have the options within here. And that is going to be it for these settings. So we'll just go over or back to the general settings once again. And let's see if there's anything else I want to cover in here. Not necessarily. So for taxes, it's going to be based on your country. Business info, very straightforward, just your business address and all the other things you want to add. Invoices and quotes, that's going to be more if you're a service business. Roles and permissions, this is going to be important. So if you want to add more users to your website, so let's say you have your employees and you want to make sure that your employees can go on and only change certain things on your website. So you can either have like access only to the e-commerce part, so they can only update the name of the products or the prices of the products, or you can make them like a full administrator of the website, so they can change the design, they can change all the general settings. So that's really great if you want to share access with someone. Privacy and cookies. So here you can add your own privacy and cookie policy. But that is pretty much it. The rest in here is very straightforward. So what we're going to jump to is going to be manage plan. And you also have domains in here, but we're going to get a domain if we get a plan, or you can buy a domain directly from Wix. But if you do buy a domain, it will be under domains right here. So let's go to manage plan and let's just check out the packages before we end out this video. So under packages, we can just do upgrade your site. And let's have a look at the package options that we have for our e-commerce business. So the prices right here will be different in every country, so keep that in mind. My prices are in euro. But what we want to focus on here, if you're an e-commerce business, you have to get the e-commerce plans. Otherwise, you will not be able to sell your products on your Wix website. If you go to the website plans, it's going to be totally different. It's not relevant to you. So keep that in mind. So under the e-commerce plans, we have 3 different options. What I always say is go for the business basic if you're just starting out, if you don't have any previous sales, if you're not running a physical store, if you just want to get started, this is the option to go for. But if you're a larger business, go with the higher packages because it is an investment in your business. It is worth the money. $44, let's say it's $44 in the US. It's going to be worth your money. It's your online presence. So you want to make sure you invest in your online presence. But you can also go into detail here and check out what you actually have in terms of the differences between these different products. But even here, automated sales tax, you have unlimited storage, or not unlimited storage, but you have a lot more storage. So if you have a lot of products, you are going to have to go with a business VIP package because all your different products and all the different images and all the different videos that you're adding to the website is gonna really add up eventually. But once you have selected a package, let's say we want to do the business basic, we can do it right here. So if we do the yearly package, we actually save some. If we do 2 years, we save a lot more. So either you can do it just monthly straight away, or you can do yearly or 2 years. And as you can see here, free domain for 1 year. So if you do get a yearly package, you also get the free domain name for your website. So you don't have to worry about buying a domain name as well. So then you can add your domain name, whatever it is, coffee.com. You can just get it for free from Wix. If you already have a domain name, obviously you can still connect that domain name to Wix as well. And there will be more information about how to do that under the domain settings on Wix. But that is basically how to get started with Wix. And that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like down below. And if you want more content like this in the future, make sure you are subscribed as well. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.